Well, I've been obsessing over the bookcase. So, welcome to So, what exactly is the life of a showgirl? On the surface, sequins, feathers, diamonds, and glitter. But up close, if you look closer, and in every detail in the bookshelf installation, works like a coded map of what a showgirl really represents: spectacle, fragility, reinvention, tragedy, identity, survival, artifice, cultural critique, and vulnerability. Every artist, color, number, and object contributes a piece to the larger story. We've got Andy Warhol, Basquiat, Rothko, Elizabeth Taylor, Malevich, Slim Aarons, and that's just to name a few. We have a shiny bug. We have numerology. Even a tiny Pinocchio statue covering his eyes. And floating above it all, the dreamscapes of Marc Chagall. So what does it mean? Well, welcome to my library, and today I'm conducting a curatorial deep dive into the items on display on the bookshelf during Taylor's New Heights appearance, and using those items to decode the hidden messages behind the life of the showgirl. And trust me, it's more than rhinestones. So chapter 1. Let's start with the obvious: fame, spectacle, and surface. Fame and glamour. We have Andy Warhol, known for creating celebrity as a commodity, the showgirl as a pop icon, endlessly reproduced. Elizabeth Taylor, Hollywood's ultimate showgirl, beauty, scandal, and reinvention. We have Slim Aarons, famed photographer who captured beautiful people doing beautiful things in beautiful places, the glossy surface of the showgirl's life. And long before all of them, the Ziegfeld Follies. The roots of performance as spectacle, the origin of the modern showgirl, the glamorous review of the early 20th century, where sequins, feathers, and opulence met strict choreography, control, and the beginning of women as cultural spectacle. It bridges history with contemporary art in the bookshelf installation, and Taylor is wearing costumes that look like Follies replicas and nods to designer Bob Mackie on the covers of her new album. Together, this group of artists, they are the glittering mask that show us the surface of the showgirl. Glossy, dazzling, endlessly consumable, the spectacle everyone sees first. Chapter 2, Tragedy and Void. But the showgirl isn't just sparkle. Beneath the mask, there's emptiness and fragility. Jean-Michel Basquiat gave us raw brilliance, spectacle, and exploitation, the rawness behind the gloss, graffiti as performance. Like a showgirl, he worked in spectacle, but burned fast, questioning who really gets visibility. Mark Rothko painted vast fields of emotion, stripped down emotion. Behind the glitter curtain, the existential void. Showgirl life isn't only feathers, it's survival and despair too. Ophelia, painted by John Everett Millay, floats as the eternal tragic beauty, the drowned beauty archetype, the showgirl as a tragic heroine. Malevich. Now, he fits into two categories. In this chapter, Tragedy and Void, it's the tension between nothingness and spectacle. His void, like abstractions, pair with Rothko's stripped down emotion. The showgirl lives in this tension. It's a paradox. Glamour on the outside, fragility within. Chapter 3, Fantasy and Dreamscape. And then comes the dream. Marc Chagall fills the stage with floating lovers, glowing animals, surreal folklore. His worlds are whimsical yet melancholy. Like a showgirl's act, equal parts fantasy and fragility. He reminds us that the showgirl doesn't just perform reality, she also escapes it, turning her life into a dreamlike myth, or like turning your life into folklore. Chapter 4, Identity and Politics. But the showgirl is also political. Ai Weiwei shows us spectacle as protest, activism, and spectacle. But what does a showgirl stand for behind the stage? What happens when visibility is weaponized? The Black experience in design reclaims visibility in cultural storytelling, reminds us how performers of color shaped culture while being erased from it. Many showgirls historically were women of color, facing erasure despite embodying the art of the spectacle and showbiz. This represents reclaiming erased contributions and honoring marginalized showgirls. Virgil Abloh blurred streetwear with couture, turning identity into performance itself, blending fashion, music, design. Just like a showgirl blends art forms, street credibility meets couture. The showgirl is not just entertainment. She's a body on display, shaped by race, class, and power. Chapter 5, Color, Form, and Stage. Well, what about the stage itself? Ellsworth Kelly gave us pure blocks of color, the feathers, the lights, flat planes of bold color, the spotlight beams, and the feather fans. India Madhavi created lush, vibrant interiors, the stage environment, the world of spectacle itself. We have Malevich rejoining this chapter, and he returns and he brings the idea of pure geometry, reduced form, and the abstraction of life into its simplest shapes. He stripped art to its pure geometry, the black square as a curtain, the stage as a grid, the architecture of the stage. The showgirl lives on shapes, spotlights as circles, curtains as rectangles, choreographed movement like geometric precision. Malkovich's black square, the ultimate stage backdrop. Just as he stripped art to form, the showgirl strips self down to the role. Abstraction of identity, pure performance, costume, and pose. Together with Kelly and Madhavi, he forms the visual skeleton of the showgirl's world. If Ellsworth Kelly is the spotlight color and India Madhavi is the decor, then Malevich is the floor plan of the stage and of the theater. Pottery also enters here. The vessel molded by someone else's hand, hardened by fire, fragile but lasting, just like a showgirl hardened through pressure. A Japanese garden book brings balance, curated stillness, carefully arranged chaos, like choreography itself. Contrasts spectacle with harmony. Carefully designed chaos, just like a chorus line. This is the architecture of her world. Color, shape, balance, illusion. The showgirl isn't just costume. She's architecture, color, and design embodied. Chapter 6, Backstage and Artifice. Every show has a backstage. Kasawabi represents retreat, reflection, the quiet, still offstage. This quiet life away from the lights. A reminder that even spectacle needs solitude. And then Pinocchio covering his eyes is the ultimate metaphor for showbiz. A puppet pretending to be real, refusing to see the truth, the lie of the performance. A nod to the artifice of show business, where wooden puppets play at being real. And the showgirl knows the lie and plays it beautifully. Numerology, colors, and symbols. So what about all these numbers? 22, 12, 2, 4. Well, 22 is the master builder number. It's the number of destiny, of alignment of art and life, the grand performance. 12. Think of cycles, calendar months, a chorus line, the endless rotation of shows, the cyclical life of a performer. 2. Duality. Think on stage, off stage, costume, self, reality, and mask. And 4. Foundation, structure, choreography, discipline, the foundation of the act itself. The foundation is the show. So the numbers frame the life cycle of the showgirl. Building that life, 22. Lives in cycles of the shows, 12. Lives in duality, 2. Being grounded in foundation of structure and discipline, 4. This is the coded choreography of her life. Colors. Orange and green. Not just decorative, they're symbolic. Orange is vitality, creativity, spotlight, fire of performance. Green is envy, money, lushness, the stage garden, also known as a green room, before a performance. It's earth balance, it's tranquility. Together, they equal energy versus environment, fame versus growth, spotlight versus grounding. Again, we have duality. The shiny bug. Dazzling armor, fragile body, a scarab, symbol of rebirth, survival, and metamorphosis. The showgirl is the shiny bug. Small, glittering, unforgettable. A specimen we examine under magnifying glasses and microscopes. Historically, the wings we collected, plucked and penned to be sewn into our own costumes so that we too could shine bright on stage. Check out the beetle wing dress designed by Alice Carr, made by Adeline Nettleship, worn by Ellen Terry as Lady Macbeth in the 1888 London theater production of Macbeth, and the painting by John Singer Sargent in 1889. I'll add the links in the description so you can check them out. But there's one more thing that I want to talk about, and just like art, the showgirl isn't just performance. She's collectible. Think about it. She's like a first and only pressing of a vinyl record. Once the performance is over, it's gone forever. The feathers, the stage, the applause, never repeated in the same way again. Just like collectors chase the first and only pressings of vinyls and other fine works of art, the showgirl herself is a rare edition, limited, precious, an artifact of art and time. She is both the performance and the collector's item, an object of desire and a piece of history. So what is the life of the showgirl really about? Well, in my opinion, it's about fame and surface, tragedy and void, fantasy and myth, identity and resistance, color and form, duality, balance, life cycles, illusion, reinvention. Think of the numbers, shiny bugs, Kasawabi, Pinocchio, all the artists that I just mentioned. The showgirl emerges as a universal metaphor, a crafted vessel like pottery, placed under spotlights, staged in artificial gardens, hiding truth, dazzling like a folly's diamond, yet as fragile as a tiny, shiny bug. She is performance and protest, spectacle and silence, artifice and truth. In short, the showgirl is modern life itself. Now, the question that I have is, are we watching her or are we collecting her? What are your thoughts on this? I'm deeply, deeply interested in hearing everyone's viewpoints on what they have gathered, what they've decoded, and what they're obsessing on for the life of the showgirl. So thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you've decoded, and I will see you soon. And as always, peace, love, and swifties forever. Bye.